So, apologies, definitely running a little bit late today, but here we are. Oh, mic is too loud microphone. Is this better? Yes, it is. I think it is. It appears to be. Okay, so I realized that part of the reason that I was struggling so much last time was because I never actually finished my my day from the previous episode before I had to like leave for several months and all that. So why is my mic still? Let me double check my shit. Oh boy, that's probably why. I bet that sounded real funny, huh? Because it was probably coming through my headphones. Shit. Okay, well, here we are. Do a fix. Okay, so, the music's not too loud either, but here we are. Okay, so, um, sound balancing is hard, and I'm not used to it. Hooray! Trying not to blow out anybody's fucking eardrums because I have a tendency to be real loud. Okay, so, um, basically, let me pull up my notes. Okay, so basically, the last episode that I did before the last episode that I did, I was so tired at the end of it that I had no idea what the fuck was going on, and I had to end early because I was literally so tired. This is not boding well. I'm already yawning. But basically, what had happened was that Quelos and Six woke up at the camp, and he gave them the supplies and saw them off, and then they walked for a bit and they found Six's horse. Not a horse, her noble steed, because she is one of the, let's see, what are they called? It's a class. These ones, the mounted. So she's her noble steed. And we found it, and then I named it Harriet after Harriet the Spy because I don't know why, but that was on my mind. So Harriet, we both got onto Harriet, and then we almost ran smack into the bottom step of this giant, like, decrepit staircase. And this is where I got confused. I thought that I had tried to climb the staircase. Turns out I had not tried to climb the staircase, not even a little bit. She was like, I'm going to mark this on my map and then maybe come back to it later because this looks really hard to climb. And I don't want to try that without, definitely spelled this wrong. I am silly. Yeah. Everyone ignore the spelling of the name of the episode. Anyway. The bees. They are in my brain. I apologize in advance. So, they got on the move again, and Quelos this time decided to not ride on Harriet because now she's like, yeah, fuck that. I already fell off once. I don't need to hurt myself. Excuse me. And as they were walking, they came across these like huge cliffs that had this big open mouth cave entrance in it that went like straight down basically. And so Quelos was like, okay, well, I'm going in. So she lit a torch, tied a rope around her waist, and then tied it to Bront, and had Bront like climb down the side because Bront is a Brookling, and I decided that she has like claw feet, like. So she was able to kind of like dig into the sides of the dirt and help Quelos get to the bottom. And once she got to the bottom, Quelos called up for Six, but there was no response. So she's just kind of like, okay, well, I guess she's not coming with me. So I'm just gonna keep going. And the cave is like pitch black. And that was where I cut it because I was so tired that I could not think. So that got 3. Now the 2 that are left, the 2 things that I still need to figure out for this part of the day, or for this day, are related. They are both related to my calling. So just to refresh everyone's memory, my calling is you have a vision as you sleep one night. Far across the lands, in a room that looks nothing like the room your village resides in, is a tower. The tower looks like it might have been a rook once, thin and impossibly tall, with its slender arms by its sides. In your vision, you see a weapon in a room at the very top of the tower, waiting, calling for you. So I had imagined my calling involved a vision or a dream or whatever, that involved a rook that looked just like my rookling, just like Bront. My rookling's name is Bront. And inside of this rook that looks just like my rookling, there's this giant battle axe that's covered in like indecipherable runes. So the 3 of diamonds is you come across someone who is key to your calling. Maybe they have a clue about what you're looking for, or they block your way to learning more. This person is not friendly. And then the other one was the 9 of clubs. Also, calling. You come across a place that is key to your calling. Maybe a building with a clue in it, or one of the locations you were looking for on your quest. So it is a clue. So I feel like, oh my God. Okay. So hi Star Drew. Also, for anyone in chat, I have changed my setup a little bit, so if I'm not the fastest to respond, I apologize, because I'm trying to figure out a new setup that I think works a little better, but we gotta figure it out. Holy shit. It was really rainy here today, and on days like today, I tend to be pretty sleepy anyway, so. But yes, so I just had a brilliant idea. This kind of ties back into the Librarian's Apprentice. No, it's okay. Listen, the bees, that's a me thing. My brain full of bees all the time. So I was thinking that kind of tying back into the Librarian's Apprentice, right? So she's in this cave that's like deep underground. And I think she's like walking for a while before she starts to notice that the cave has gone from this like cave, you know, like just like a regular cave, to this also just like Luray Caverns, into, by the way, if you don't know what that is, it's very cool. It's like a like stalagmites and stalactites and shit, and they have an organ in the cave, and it's super cool. It's in Virginia. Skyline Drive is amazing. I haven't been there forever. I should go. Anyway, oh man, these bees. So anyway, so I think she starts to notice that instead of being just like a cave, suddenly the tunnel that she's in has sort of transitioned into this like built stone archway. And so, and she, let's see. What if in the stone that's like covering the walls, there's like she sees carvings, and they look, she's not sure, but they look really similar to what she thinks she saw on this battle axe in her vision. You know, it feels like Quelos would be the kind of person who would, like, write shit down. Yeah, so I think that... Ugh, itchy. Sorry, I'm just, like, double checking that. I keep wanting to double check that I'm not missing anything from my class as I'm doing these. Okay, so I think that, yeah, so she starts to see the, like, carvings, and I think they, like, match up a little bit with what she thinks she saw on that battle axe, right? Oh, you know what? She's gonna take a rubbing. I think she's gonna do, like, a charcoal rubbing of some of the runes. Just, like, you know, she'll, like, come across one and be like, huh, that looks familiar, and do a little rubbing of it. And then come across another one and do a little rubbing of it. As, like, a, oh man, this might come in handy later. She has a journal. She must have a journal. I'm gonna bring a journal down here just for Quelos, just to, like, have, just for funsies, because, like, why not? Okay, so she's got a journal, and she's, like, going, and she's like, taking, she's, like, doing rubbings, and she's, like, doing it in such a way that she can, like, take notes. I think if she wants to. This is why I had to quit last time, is because I was literally so exhausted. And I couldn't stop yawning. Stop yawning, body. Get it together. This is what happens when you're old. It hits 8 o'clock and your body's just like, but bed? Okay. So she's taking rubbings of all of these different, so she, like, I guess, I feel like she figures out that there's, like, a series of repeating patterns in certain ways, and she's like, this is probably something, but she figures out that there's, like, 13 different symbols. And no, I think she figures out there's 13 different symbols, but she doesn't see a pattern to them, so she's not exactly sure what it is, if it's, like, a language, or if it's just, like, a random assortment, or if it means anything, and she's not 100% sure. And with that, as she continues walking, the hallway starts to widen and widen and widen. That's right. I have to do combat. Oh, wait, do I? What was it? Yep. Ha. Oh, wait, no. No. Wait, where am I? 3 of diamonds. There we go. Okay, what am I doing? No, okay, I don't have to fight them. They're just not friendly. Cool. There's another one that I have to fight, but I don't have to fight this person. Anyway, so it starts to, like, get wider and wider and wider until she's actually standing in what looks like the, like, atrium of something. And it's still pitch black. She's got a torch up, but it's still pitch black. But she's kind of like, well, I can't, like, hide, because if I try to hide, I'm not going to be able to see anything. And the runes have stopped. So as this atrium, like, opens up, the runes have stopped, but the floor is covered in tile. So it's like, this is clearly, like, a built space. And there's the ceiling goes up. And then just at the very top, there's, like, a skylight. So she must be, like, deep underground, but it feels like she must have walked uphill at least a little bit. Because she's definitely closer to the surface than she feels like she walked that then she crawled like down in the cave. Okay. And then, okay, so I think she goes to start, she like starts to make a lap of the room. In here, the stone, it's like painted, but it's just like painted in like random pretty like swirls and patterns. It doesn't appear to be anything like tangible. But as she's moving through, she sees what looks like a door, and so she kind of like kind of carved into the wall, but there's no like discernible handle. So she pushes on it and it kind of pops open, and as it like swings open, she's startled because there's a person behind the door, like directly behind the door, almost as if they were waiting for her. So she like jumps back, drops the torch, grabs it because she's like, oh my god, I can't let this thing go out. And there's this like elderly woman who's like kind of, I imagine she looks like, I'm imagining the witch from Brave. If you haven't seen that movie, you should. It makes me cry every time I watch it. But so she's like this kind of like hunched over woman who's got a walking stick, gray hair, lots of piercings, and she's just like, what are you doing in my library? And Quelos is like, well, I didn't know that it was a library. I just kind of found the entrance to a cave and wanted to see what was down here. So, where's your library exactly? Remember, Quelos' nature is impatient, quick to anger, and grumpy. And the woman kind of gestures vaguely to everything and is like, this is my library. And Quelos looks around and is like, yeah, well, I always thought that libraries had books. And the woman is like, how do you know that there aren't books in here? Have you looked at everything? If you look more closely, you might be surprised. If you can't find them yourself, get out. And she like tries to like shoo her away. But Quelos is not to be deterred and holds the door open as the woman tries to shut it. And she goes, hey, listen, I have a question about those runes in the hallway. What are they? And I think, okay, so she's not friendly. Let's see. So the woman, like, keeps trying to shut the door in her face. And she's like, listen, if you can't figure it out for yourself, then you're not worth my time anyway. It's like, I don't have anything to... You don't have anything to give me that I would want, and so I'm not going to give you the time of day. Plus you came in here and you're rude. And then I think Quelos is going to be, well, if you are interested in interesting things and you're like a librarian and you're interested in learning stuff, look what I have here. And she's going to point to Bront, who's a Brookling, who like people probably don't see all that much. And I am going to roll a die here because, all right, I got a D6. Evens, it convinces her. Odds, she tells me to fuck off. She tells me to fuck off. Alright, so... Oh, but you got evens! Okay, I'm gonna go with yours, Stardrew. Not just because I like it, but because I like that you rolled. Okay, so evens. So she... So she kind of peers out and looks over at Bront, and her face immediately lights up, and you can tell that she's really, really excited about the fact that there's a Brookling here. And with that, she pushes the door open fully and goes out to inspect Bront, and Quelos can see behind her there is a room full of actual books. And as the woman is distracted talking to Braun and like inspecting her, and well, I guess it's an it because it's a castle, but still, my dog was a her, so Braun will be a her. It's not like rooks have genitals, or maybe they do. I don't know. In my world, they don't, but who knows? In other people's worlds, maybe they do. Um, what is wrong with me? Anyway, excuse me. So, as the woman is distracted by Braun, Quelos like slips in and is going to look around to see if she can find anything that catches her eye that might have to do with these runes. And I think she does. She lays her eyes on a book that has like 3 of the same runes on the spine. And so she's going to pull it out and she opens it, and it's in a language she doesn't understand. But as she flips through it, she sees a sort of like map type thing that has the 3 runes on it, and all of them are in an area that she doesn't recognize, but it's definitely not anywhere near the Roomlands. And she's going to copy down the map, put the book away, and as she slips back out, the woman is still like fawning over Braun, and she's just going to let her. And then she's going to kind of look at the woman and be like, hey, can we just like stay here for the night? It doesn't look like you have a lot of visitors. And it's, I've been adventuring all day and I'm starting to get pretty tired, a little hungry. Like, I'm just, is it okay if we just like stay here for the night? And the woman is like, yeah, that's fine. Or,
yes, that's fine. It'll give me more time to inspect your little rookling here. Yes. Does it have a name?
Her name is Braun.
Interesting. Ah, so silly.
Yeah, and I think she's gonna set up camp, and that's gonna be day 2. Now, the good news is that we already picked the cards for the next day. So it's gonna be interesting. I'm gonna have to weave this in to everything. Yeah, so I got another calling card. Calling card. Silly. So we're gonna see how I'm able to like pull that into all of this. Oh, that's right. And I have an event. And I have that stair. Okay, so I imagine that this staircase is probably what's gonna get me out. I was so excited. I thought I was gonna go to the battlements, but I'm not, because I ignored that last staircase. But I can still get there. I specifically said in my notes that Quelos made a note of where the staircase is. Who knows? Maybe she'll run into Bex 6 again. Oh, I love that. Ooh, ruins of a people you've never heard of. The unfamiliar inscriptions and architecture suggest these people. Ooh, I get to draw an event card. Damn. Oh, this is going to be fun. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm very excited about this. This is going to be great. And now I'm all caught up on my own shit. Because, woo, believe you me. All right, but with that, well, I hope you enjoyed my little adventure in Colossal. I certainly did. Yeah, I will be back not next week, but the week after for my next episode where we'll do day 3. And you can catch me here tomorrow at 10 a.m.-ish EST, where I will be here for Morning Initiative, which is the morning show where I drink coffee and ostensibly we talk about TTRPG stuff, except we almost never do. We just kind of hang out and enjoy our hump day together and spend some time with friends, and it makes the hump day and the existential nightmare of existence a little bit easier. And then, very excitingly, let me pull up my handy dandy fucking calendar. We are starting Wildsea. Finally have it on the books. The 27th of July is going to be our first episode. I am so freaking excited. The first 2 episodes are just going to be me, so it's going to be a lot like this, but with a different background. It's just going to be me talking at you about what the fuck this game is. All of my players have basically created their characters already. I haven't even opened the book. And I did that on purpose because I want to learn how to play this with the... Oh, Jenna, you're just catching the end. Yeah, I want to learn how to play this with the rest of everybody. So, yeah, 27th of July, we will be starting Wildsea. And the first 2 episodes will be just me. And then going after that, we're going to figure out what makes the most sense in terms of the game. But we're going to spend a lot of time with setup. Making sure that we, have everything that, the way that we want it before we start, actually playing. So lots and lots of setup, which of course, like, who doesn't love, session zeros that go forever? Like, I could do creation forever and ever and ever and ever. It's actually one of my favorite parts of TTRPGs. So, that is going to be happening. I'm very, very excited that we're finally getting that going. And everyone will get to meet Grace, our newest player. So I'm very excited about that as well. But yeah, so in 2 weeks, again, you can catch me here for the next episode of Colossal, which I'm very excited to be doing this again. We are going to go ahead and raid Waffles Maple Syrup, so go ahead and give them some love. And hopefully I'll see everybody back here tomorrow for Morning Initiative to make your hump day just a little bit better. Bye, everybody. I hope you have a great evening.